Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to English with Ikram. In today's video, I am going to discuss punctuation. Punctuation is very important in writing. If you are not putting the right symbol, right sign at the right place, your writing will not be correct. Especially in your exams, whenever you write something, essays, applications, any text that you write, if your punctuation is not proper, it means that your writing is faulty. So, what is punctuation? Punctuation is the symbol and signs that make the text meaningful. Otherwise, your text, your writing is not meaningful. If you are not putting that right punctuation mark, your writing is not meaningful. Your text is not meaningful. So, punctuation is the use of symbols or certain signs to make the text meaningful. There are different punctuation marks. I will discuss all the punctuation marks one by one. So, let's get started. There are different purposes of these punctuation marks. The first purpose of these punctuation mark is to end a sentence. There are certain punctuation marks which are used to end a sentence. At the end of a sentence, the first and very common is full stop. The first punctuation mark that is used at the end of a sentence to end a sentence. The purpose of this punctuation mark is to end a sentence, that is full stop. We put full stop. This is full stop. This one, full stop, that we put at the end of a sentence to end a sentence. The purpose of this punctuation mark is to end a sentence. For example, here the example, he is teaching English. It's a complete sentence. It means that the sentence has been completed. It's a complete sentence. Whenever we complete a sentence, we put full stop at the end of that particular sentence. So this is full stop, and this is an example. He is teaching English. I am learning language. He is busy in his assignments. He is busy doing his work. These are certain complete sentences. And sentence is a group of words that makes certain sense. So whenever we write a complete sentence, we put full stop. So this is one punctuation mark that is used to end a sentence, that is used at the end of a sentence, right? The second one that we use at the end of a sentence, that is question mark. That is the first heading to end a sentence. There are different punctuation marks which are used to end a sentence or at the end of a sentence. The first one, as I have discussed, is full stop, and the second punctuation mark that is used at the end of a sentence, that is question mark. We put question mark. This is question mark. We put question mark again at the end of a sentence whenever we write an interrogative sentence. For example, can you speak English? It's an interrogative sentence. Are you doing your work? Is she washing clothes? So whenever we write, punctuation mark is related with writing. You know that. Whenever we write an interrogative sentence, we put question mark at the end of that particular sentence. Again, this is a punctuation mark that is used at the end of a sentence. And the third punctuation mark that is used at the end of a sentence, normally, that is exclamation mark. What is exclamation mark? This is the sign. This is exclamation mark. Again, we use it at the end of a sentence. And what is exclamation? I have discussed interjections. You can watch that video. What is exclamation? Sudden expression of your feeling. Your sudden expression of your inner feeling. So, we use exclamation mark. For example, may you live long. We use exclamation mark at the end of such sort of sentences. Okay? Hurrah! Wow! Bravo! We also use the exclamation mark at the end of such words. Right? So, this is the first objective, the first purpose. To end a sentence, we use certain punctuation marks. The first one is full stop, question mark, and exclamation mark. Right? Now, the second major purpose is to separate phrase or certain items. To separate certain phrases or certain items, we use certain punctuation marks. The first one is comma. This is comma, this is the symbol, this is the sign, comma, and we use comma whenever we want to show pause in a sentence, or whenever we want to name a list. To introduce a pause in a sentence, we use comma. Or when we name a complete list of different things, different people, different persons. For example, here is a sentence: Umar, Ali, Alima, and Asha are class fellows. This is a list of different names. So whenever we name a list or we use different, we want to separate different phrases, we use comma. And one thing that you must keep in your mind, whenever we have comma, we have to take pause in our breath. For example, here, Umar, you have to take pause in your breath. Ali, Alima, and Asha are class fellows. You have to take a short pause whenever we have comma in a sentence, right? And the second one is semicolon. To separate different phrases or items, the second punctuation mark that we use, it is semicolon, and this is the symbol, the sign, full stop and down, comma. And we use semicolon whenever we join two independent clauses, or you can say whenever we want to separate two independent clauses, two major elements. Whenever we want to join two independent clauses, we use semicolon. Or you can say whenever you want to separate two major elements in a sentence or to join two independent clauses, we use semicolon. For example, here a sentence: my shirt is blue, semicolon, his is green. These are two independent clauses. I have discussed what is clause and conditional clauses. I have discussed in detail what is a clause. Whenever we have a complete clause, subject and verb, independent clause, a clause that can stand on its own. It does not need any other clause for its explanation. The meaning is complete, the sense is clear, and subject is there and verb is there. That is independent clause. Whenever we have two independent clauses in a sentence and we want to join those two independent clauses, we use semicolon. Here is an example: my shirt is blue, semicolon, his is green. Right? This is semicolon. And the next punctuation mark, that is colon, and the symbol is two dots. It's like as compared to semicolon, dot and comma, it's two dots. And we used colon at the beginning of a long list. Whenever we use colon, it means that there is something that is to be followed. We use colon when something is followed. For example, he has many qualities like, now it means that something is to be followed. There are many qualities like, then I want to write some examples: honesty, bravery, and devotion. It means that there are certain things to be followed. After colon, it means that there is a list of certain things, list of certain qualities. There is something to be followed. That is colon. The next is to quote or indicate a title. The next punctuation mark is for the purpose of to quote or indicate a title. That is, the first one is inverted commas. Inverted commas, these are the signs, the punctuation marks, inverted commas. And inverted commas are used to show that the enclosed inside the inverted commas, that statement is spoken by some person, spoken by somebody. These are the exact wording, exact statement spoken by or said by any person. For example, Kite said, inverted commas begin, work, work, and work, inverted commas close. It means that this statement is exactly said. These are the exact words spoken by the kite. So whenever we want to quote the exact wording, exact statement by anybody, by any person, any celebrity, any person, we use inverted commas, or you can also say quotation mark. When we quote any quotation, we use these quotation marks, right? Beyond these very important punctuation marks, there are some more punctuation marks. First one is, for example, apostrophe. What is apostrophe? Apostrophe is whenever we use at the end of a noun, we use apostrophe, this sort of comma, and S, apostrophe S, we say, and this is used to show possession, ownership. Ownership, whenever we want to show the ownership of a noun, we use apostrophe S. As in case of pronoun, there is a separate case. To show possession, we use a separate case in case of pronoun. There is a possessive pronoun. For example, mine, his, theirs, yours. These are possessive pronouns. But here, unlike pronoun, in case of noun, we don't have any separate case. We use apostrophe S to show the possession of noun. For example, Umar spoke. When we show the possession of Umar, a noun, we use apostrophe, this comma, and then S. Some more examples. For example, Ali's personality. So this is apostrophe S. Whenever you want to show possession of a noun, we use apostrophe S. The next one is hyphen. This is the symbol for hyphen. And when do we use hyphen? Whenever we join two words, especially in case of compound noun, we use this punctuation mark hyphen. For example, brother-in-law. This is a compound word, brother hyphen in hyphen and law, brother-in-law, right? So in case of compound nouns, whenever you want to join different nouns, different words, we use hyphen. And the last one is brackets. We also use sometime bracket. This is also punctuation mark, brackets. Where do we use brackets? We use brackets around an extra information that is too important to omit. That information is so much important that we cannot omit. So we write that particular information inside the brackets. Like, for example, Afridi, a renowned all-rounder. I am talking about something else, but this information is also important. Afridi, a renowned all-rounder, is working for the welfare of the society. Now, the information is different, but we cannot omit this important information, so we will put this information inside the brackets. It means that this is extra information that I am giving, but the information is so much important that I cannot omit. So I will put this particular information around inside the brackets. We will put brackets around this information. So these were some very important punctuation marks, and punctuation is very important for writing. If your punctuation is not proper, not correct, your writing will be faulty. Your writing will not show the exact meaning. Punctuation gives meaning to your text. You have to practice this punctuation. Each and every punctuation mark is very important, and you have to put right punctuation mark while writing something. That's all for today. Keep on watching my videos. Allah Hafiz.